Hey there. I think it's important to talk about the kind of vegan that I'm talking about. Most times when I'm talking about vegans, I'm talking about the kind of vegans that make you feel bad for living your life the way you want to live. Most often, vegans are omnivores at one point. They were omnivores at one point, and then they decided that they don't want to eat meat anymore, and then they made the. Usually it goes like omnivore, and then you turn into a vegetarian, and then you turn into a vegan, and then some people, when they turn into a vegan, they get nuts, and then they like preach at people and tell people that they're murderers and things like that. Those are the vegans that I don't really understand all that much, and they drum up this propaganda like they're promoting change and they're changing things, which I don't agree with per se. I do think that one person's influence can be massive, but I think putting a like on a Facebook post probably isn't going to make that much change happen in the world. Nor will this video or any videos that they make probably, because it's not real life. It's not, this isn't real life. So it's a video that was made in real life, and now it's not real life because you're watching it. And if it was real life, then I'd be able to touch your face, and I can't do that. So, yeah. I want to talk about animals being a thing that omnivores actually help, because that doesn't get talked about very much in the vegan scheme of things, because let's be honest, I eat animals. I know a lot of people that eat animals. So you'd figure we're actually hurting the populations of animals because we eat them. In some cases that is very true. But in a lot of cases, like seriously, what use is a pig if you're not going to eat it? Tell me that. Because I don't understand why a farmer would have a pig if the pig did nothing for them at all. It's kind of like I scratch your back, you scratch mine. I will let you breed and live in my house, or freaking whatever people do. I don't know. I'm not a farmer. Not in your house, in a barn, on my property, and I'll feed you and let you breed and like let you have a freaking pimp life up until the point where I'm going to eat you now, or I'm going to sell your meat, because everything dies. So whatever. Who cares? Why would you have a pig? Why would you have a bunch of chickens if you're not going to eat their eggs, or you're not going to eat them, or whatever? You just like to look at chickens? There'd just be a hell of a lot less chickens in the world. Same with pigs. What else? This is like pretty much every farm animal has minimal amounts of ability to do many things that would be enough for a person to take care of them. Dogs are companions. That's their big thing. They bring a lot of joy to people because of the companionship that they have. They're also workers. So with that kind of partnership there, people wouldn't think that having a dog would be wrong. But in essence, you're using that dog for work, like you're using the bees for honey. It all just gets so messed up so quick. What about horses? Horses are workers, right? What use is a horse if it's not doing the work for you? If it's just in your yard, it's not that great. If you're not riding it, like, what's the point? Not very many people would have horses if they just kind of were there and there was no freaking nothing. It was nothing. Do you know what I'm saying? Do you hear what I'm saying? What I'm trying to say? This is kind of a hard one to talk about. I'm not saying that animals are useless per se. I'm saying that having a farm and spending all that money on a farm and getting absolutely no return on the investment that you're putting forward would mean there'd be a lot less farms and there'd be a lot less of these kind of animals. Because what's the point? Seriously, tell me that. Anyway, I'm not talking about the giant machine. I'm not talking about the millions of chickens that are dying right now in these giant factory farms. Because you know what? I'm not really all about that either. I'm more about local organic and things like that. I do my best to eat things that are of that nature. I try not to feed the beast. The odd time you do, because to be honest, cost is a thing. And when it starts costing you something more than you think that you want to pay, then you don't do it, do you? I could say to a lot of vegans that they're probably not eating local organic because it's a heck of a lot more money. And when they see some mass-produced frickin' avocado from who knows where and however it's grown, they don't know anything about that avocado, but it's only $1.50 instead of $3. What are they going to buy? Right? Just ranting on. Now, this video isn't even about anything anymore. But I'm still doing better videos than Simon the Vegan. You know? And no matter how much I try to frickin' give it to that guy, doesn't do nothing. Doesn't do anything to that guy. It's interesting. He's slowed down significantly in the posts that he's made, all of his propaganda and stuff. Maybe, you know, I think like the agenda, I think personally, was that he was going to try to flip me and I was going to be a vegan. Which, you know, that's fair. Totally. I'm about flipping him too. I think I'd love to go out for a delicious steak with the guy. But, you know, to be honest, I think he's probably wearing down. He's probably got a taste for cheese now because he's eating so much free cheese. And I just think it's hilarious. I think it's a humorous thing for me and that guy because I love just ripping on him and his propaganda. It's funny. And I thought it'd be funny if he'd join in on this, but he just can't do it. He doesn't have the energy, man. He's fighting his actual being. Because he knows that meat would make him feel better. He knows that all that protein would make him look better and freaking stronger and he'd be better as a person in general. But he won't do it because he got to dug himself a hole. He's like, I'm a vegan, da, da, da. And if he stops being a vegan, people will be like, oh my God, you said you're a vegan, blah, blah, blah. And you know what? Hey, man, don't let that affect you. You be you, okay? Do what you want to do, man. You don't have to conform to anything, right? And if you think that I'm wrong, then you should make a video, a follow-up video to tell me that I'm wrong. But you won't. Pretty confident in that. Anyway, to all my vegan friends, keep doing your job, man. You're doing a good job. But if you're that kind of vegan that's gonna call me a murderer and pretend like you've never eaten an animal and stuff like that, well, whatever, dude. The reason why you're not converting a lot of people, the reason why a lot of people aren't listening to you is because your approach isn't very good. But we'll talk about that in the next video. Thank you. Bye-bye.